Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. It seems that Ed Miliband is going to be a very disappointed and sad man. And the reason is quite clear. He's not going to be able to ban cars, or, internal combustion engine cars, from being sold after 2030. The plan is that come 2030, that's it. You can't buy internal combustion engines. That now looks like it's going to be reviewed. There is a reason. There's several reasons, but mainly it's because it's a really dumb idea. Now, one of Britain's biggest car makers, Vauxhall, their chief, a man called Steve Carling, I think, or Catlin. He's the MD, Steve Catlin. He's the MD of Vauxhall, and he says that buyers are very concerned and are not making the jump to electric because the infrastructure isn't there. And he's right. They need to multiply the amount of chargers in this country by at least 20 times minimum. And they don't have the infrastructure to handle it. They don't have the grid capability, for one. And we don't have the ability to generate the amount of energy needed by the use of windy solar farmy type things. We need good old-fashioned proper power stations, burning gas or coal or nuclear. Who knows? It's just not there. The technology isn't up to it. The capacity isn't there to handle it. And indeed, even if the technology was, or the capacity was there, the grid would fall over. So what to do? Well, they say they're going to have to back off a bit. There's also the fact that so many jobs rely on the internal combustion engine that it would be mass unemployment as well. It would destroy the economy. You see, lots of garages up and down the country make a lot of money from repairing cars, for example. Well, if all the cars are electric, there's very little to repair. Okay, you're going to change the tyres and the discs, the brake discs. You might have to change windscreen washers, something like that. Maybe a little bit of electrical. But once the engine goes, once the motor goes, you don't repair it. You just replace it. They're only little. You just need to take off and put on. Not necessarily maybe something you can do yourself, but certainly not enough to keep a garage fully employed, is it? So there's those jobs. There's the construction jobs, of course, because most of the cars now are being made abroad. There's all sorts of problems. There's also the main and the big issue is what we call consumer resistance. People just don't like them. And certainly when you spend 50, 60,000 pounds on a car, you'd like to think that after 3 years you'd be able to sell it for a reasonable amount to go and update and upgrade the car. But no, a 3-year-old electric car is virtually useless. Nobody wants one. You can't sell them. People don't trust it. And that's the problem. The write down on value is horrendous, and so they are looking at moving the date back, maybe to 2040. I don't think we'd be ready by then. The problem, and one of the many problems that they have, is that they really jumped into this much too quickly. Oh, look, we've got something new. Let's go. And rather than phasing it in slowly, rather than encouraging people to do it, they're forcing them and people will resist. Now, I'm going to tell you now, if they keep this 2030 rule, then in 2029, there's going to be an awful lot of cars sold. They're all going to have big proper engines. And there'll be people out there buying 2 and 3 of them. Not necessarily to use all the time. Just to have one, you'll turn it over, take it for a spin once a week. But you'll keep it as spare. So that when this one finally does cark it, you've still got a spare car. And then you've got all the other countries that aren't ending their internal combustion engines, that have got no plans to do so. They'll just carry on doing it. Meanwhile, of course, China's still pumping out tons of shit and no one's saying a dicky word about it. Let's destroy Britain for the sake of, well, virtue signalling. It's all completely mad. And now Miliband knows it. He knows that it's going to go. Installation of charging points has slowed by about 2/3 in the last 12 months. They're not going to hit their targets like that, are they? It is just terrible. But it's all going. No one's buying them. Nobody wants them. What's going to happen in 2030? Well, I make a prediction now. Nothing. You'll be able to go out on a morning in 2030 and go, I think I'll buy a new car today, if you're fortunate enough to be in that position. And you go up there to, say, the dealer, oh, that's a very nice, pick one at random, Mini, say. It's a very nice Mini Cooper. Proper engine, is it? Oh, yes, sir. Oh, yes, oh, I'll take that then. Okay, and off you go. Off you whiz in your petrol-guzzling Mini Cooper. Who knows? You big fat BMW, because they're not going to be able to ban them. I mean, personally, and I tell you now, if that was the case and they did ban it, I would just simply go over to Cyprus, buy a car in Cyprus and drive across Europe and come home with it because, dear friends, Cyprus isn't stupid enough to be banning cars. They haven't got the infrastructure to put electrics in. So, hey, they drive on our side, They drive on the proper side. So that's what you need to do. Go buy a car in Cyprus, drive it over to England, register it here, and Bob's your uncle. Let me know your thoughts. Sad Miliband. Speak to you later. Bye.